Welcome back to Winning Law. I'm attorney David Nguyen with offices in Houston, Texas. Today we're going to discuss what happens to an immigration case if the petitioner or the person that actually files the petition dies or passes away before the case can actually be adjudicated. Generally, if a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident, otherwise known as a green card holder, files a petition for their spouse, their parent, child, and certain conditions are met, the I-130 petition for alien relative can be automatically converted to an I-360 widower petition upon their death. The three conditions are this. First, the foreign national is residing in the United States when the qualifying relative died. 2, the foreign national is currently residing in the United States when making the request. And 3, the foreign national has a pending or an approved immediate relative visa petition. Although the requirements appear straightforward, today I'm going to discuss the major reasons why these cases typically get denied, especially when it involves a situation where the foreign national is a spouse of a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. I remember a few years ago, I met a woman in this situation. She explained that her husband filed a spousal petition for her. He died, and she received a request for evidence or RFE asking for additional proof of the marriage. It was very difficult for her to obtain additional proofs because he was no longer living. According to her, she was also very confused about the case because he actually worked for USCIS, the agency that's responsible for processing these types of petitions. I had to explain to her that just like everybody else, she had to prove that he did not marry her just to give her immigration benefits, and she didn't marry him just to receive immigration benefits. She was not happy with this information. Now, recently we helped someone else in a similar situation. Our client's spouse filed a spousal petition for her. However, he died before there was a decision on her case. The government did not know that he died, but they issued a notice of intent to deny for their case asking for additional proof of the marriage. The problem is that people don't understand that when a spouse dies, it's very hard to collect additional proof of the marriage, because if you had it, you would have submitted it with the initial petition. This is why I tell people that it's so important to hire an experienced immigration attorney that knows about these type of case and what type of documents to submit with the initial I-130 immigrant petition. Long story short, for our client, the client was working with a different attorney at the very beginning, and however, after she worked with him, they received a notice of intent to deny and then a denial decision, and then she reached out to our office after he filed an appeal for that denial. We spoke with this client and we asked her to book a consultation so we could review the documents in her case. During our paid consultation, we looked over her documents and discovered two major mistakes that were fatal to her case. First, we noticed that her attorney appealed the I-130 petition denial, but not the I-485 adjustment of status application denial. We had to inform her that since she didn't file the I-485 appeal, she wouldn't be able to continue working on her employment authorization document, or would she be eligible for renewals. Secondly, we noticed that her attorney filed an appeal for the I-130, and he only argued that the case should be approved because her spouse died, and that her case should be automatically converted from an I-130 petition to an I-360 widower petition. We had to explain to the client that the appeal was most likely going to get denied because her attorney misread the denial decision. The case wasn't denied because the government didn't believe that her spouse died or didn't convert it to an I-360 petition. Instead, it was denied because the government also asked for additional proof of the marriage, and they really didn't provide many proofs. So the client hired us and we filed another appeal on her case, and recently her case was approved and she agreed to share her story by providing a testimonial, which we will share at the end of the video. After watching this video, I hope you can understand the importance of using an attorney to file your immigration case. No one can predict the future, and things may happen that are beyond your control. Once these things happen, if you have an experienced immigration attorney, they can guide you through it and provide you with the solutions to all of your problems. Also, make sure that when you hire someone, that person is an experienced immigration attorney that knows exactly what they are doing. If the attorney is doing something that you don't understand, You need to question them and possibly get a second attorney's opinion, like our client. Just imagine if she didn't get our second opinion from our law office, she wouldn't have received her green card and her case would have been denied. Again, thank you for watching Winning Law. I'm attorney David Nguyen, and we hope that we have made immigration easier to understand.
Yes, just my first name. My name is Vivian. It was on YouTube. I was searching for a solution and I found this video that made me give Attorney David's office a call. So it was on YouTube. I started this whole journey, this whole immigration journey with an attorney from the very first day. So I've always had an attorney. But he stopped responding to me properly when I got annoyed. So he would wait around 10 days, 15 days before returning my calls. He would be really sarcastic when I asked him some kind of questions. I was not satisfied. Then I decided to look for another solution. And before I even reached out to Attorney David, I reached out to 2 other lawyers. David was not the first person. 2 other lawyers that I had to schedule an appointment with. But once they hear Nigerian divorce, they reject me outrightly. Before I found David and I called him, spoke to him, and I got some hope. So that's why I used him. At that point, I was looking for any kind of solution. I mean, I got annoyed. I got a denial in 6 days. I was just miserable. I was really frustrated. I was looking for a solution. I didn't care. I was searching YouTube, Google, anywhere, just for help. I want to help others who may have the same issues. I mean, my case was really different. My husband died before a decision, so I just needed to let other people know that there is hope. There is hope. It's just to help. My husband filed a case for my late husband filed a case for me before he died. Before he died, we didn't get a decision. We had already gone for an interview, but there was no decision, so we're just waiting. But after he died, I received a NOID. The government questioned my prior divorce documents, questioned our marriage, and the case was denied eventually. They didn't believe me. I hired my attorney, the same person, the previous one before Attorney David, to file an appeal, but it was dismissed. The lawyer just messed up the whole case. He was just concerned about more money. He would even come to me and ask me, what do we do? I'm like, okay, so that's why I came to you. I need this advice. I need a legal advice. You ask me what we will do. It wasn't making sense to me at all. I got a denial. I was frustrated. He wouldn't pick my calls. It was really frustrating. It wasn't going well. So that's it. I ended up with a denial. A NOID first, and in 6 to 10 days, I received a denial in the mail. I think I do remember. So the NOID and the denial had the specific reasons why they were planning to do. First, the NOID had reasons why they were trying to deny the petition. Then they denied it because of the same reason. But my previous attorney was arguing on a very different topic, ignoring everything that the government's detailed out, like the points that they were making. He ignored everything. So when I reached out to David's office, I showed him all the letters and everything. He was like, first we have to go point by point, paragraph by paragraph to tackle this, then we can win this case. But my previous lawyer was arguing, he was talking about a very different thing. That's why I got the denial. and told me all of the documents I would bring to win the case, told me how to authenticate my divorce documents from my country, Nigeria. So I followed instructions. I did everything David asked me to do, submitted everything to him, and that's how everything overturned. I got an approval and give me any of this information. I didn't even know they were authenticating documents, but David gave me all of this. Okay, Vivian, to win this case, he even emailed me the same information. To win this case, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, you're going to go to Foreign Affairs, get documents. He told me everything, and I followed all his instructions, and I got a positive result. Okay, the old law firm would not keep you informed. They would not keep you updated at all. He would not send you reminders like David would do. I mean, every day I say thank you, Jesus, for watching that video, for bringing David to me. I didn't know him from anywhere, but I was miserable. I was frustrated. I was crying all night. I would send him text messages at night. He would respond. I would send him text messages weekends when I know it's not a business day. David would respond. My previous lawyer left me all alone, especially when I got the denial. I was all alone. I mean, I thought I was going to leave the country because I was all alone. It was a hopeless situation. As a matter of fact, he even started blaming me for many things. He would just blame me. When I call him, he would just yell at me, and it was bad. It was really bad. I got an approval. I received my green card in the mail. My God. I don't even want to talk. I feel like crying again. It's been 5 years. 5 years. I got an approval after 5 years. I just feel like crying. I mean, I don't want to talk again. 5 years. It was really bad. 5 years of I couldn't walk, I couldn't drive, I couldn't do nothing. And I have 2 kids, 2 little kids. A 5-year-old and an 8-year-old. I couldn't take them to school because I didn't have a driver's license. Sad. I would just say all hope is not lost. Having to deal with death, then immigration, it's not an easy journey at all. Keep the faith. And just speak to David. He's God sent, for real, he is. He's God sent. I love traveling. I have 2 young kids. I would want to take them around the world. If I have money, then I would want to go back to school and get a degree added to what I have from Nigeria so I can get a better job. I would say to anyone in this kind of situation, even if it's not this kind of situation, the immigration issue is not an easy one. Any little error would stagnate you. You would be stagnant. Use a seasoned lawyer. I mean, call David. He knows his job. Just call David and just go to bed, I swear. It's my advice. And just go to bed and sleep. Do whatever he says you should do and just leave the rest for him. That's it.
At David Nguyen's law office, we are here to help you. We bring families together through immigration. And on the other hand, we help you find solutions. All your legal needs in the hands of people who care, who are there for you. We'll take care of your loved ones at the law office of David.